I'm not quite done talking about 2025. I talked about some Korean dramas I love from the year, but I don't just watch Korean dramas. I watch other dramas from other countries. Here are five dramas from other countries that I enjoyed and watched in 2025. Maybe a little cheating in this list. You tell me. And if you enjoy dramas that were not from Korea in 2025, please let me know in the comments what ones you loved. And just to let you know, I liked a lot more than just five in 2025. Please write in the comments, maybe I will too, of some of the other ones that I don't talk about in this video that I loved from 2025. Without further ado, here are five 2025 non-Korean dramas that I would recommend that you check out. And I'm sure some of these on this list you will not be surprised at whatsoever. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is not actually a drama, but I don't think a lot of people watch this, or at least I didn't see a lot of people check it out. I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about the Japanese variety show Offline Love. If you have not watched this show, please go and watch it. It was one of my favorite things I watched in 2025. I was obsessed with this show when it aired, and I want to say it aired in February of last year, and I wish I had waited to binge it because it was agony watching it week by week. Or maybe it did drop all at once because it is a Netflix original. I can't remember. Either way, I loved it. If you like reality dating shows like Singles Inferno, Heart Signal, if you like Heart Signal, you will also like this. It is about a group of people who are in another city other than Tokyo or Japan even. They're in another country and they try to find love, aka each other, without social media, without phones, without technology, really. And they're looking for that human connection. Now, is it scripted? Probably, because realistically, you can't get anywhere without a phone or anything. But the show actually makes an attempt to try. At least I applaud the attempt, right? It's adorable, it's sweet, it's the perfect show to binge, especially during Valentine's Day or February even. I was so invested in some of the couples and the people in general. I will say I soured on a couple people for things they did later in the season, but that's okay. There's enough people to go around. I don't need to like everybody. I did not like this host panel as much as I have with the Heart Signal host panel, for example. But that's, again, okay. They only are there to provide commentary on what we're watching, so you could skip them too. I also have bad luck with my people I love getting happy endings. So I did not have a lot of luck with my favorites from the show getting their happy ending. But also the fact that I was sad for them shows just how invested I was in the people and the couples in this show. Totally worth watching if you're looking for something different and maybe dip your toes into something that's not a drama. I would highly recommend Offline Love. Or even if you want to check out something that's not from Korea or China and maybe check out something from Japan instead. All the episodes are on Netflix, and I am praying we get a season 2 of this because I would love one. Next drama I'm going to recommend is the Thai drama Enigma Season 2 or Enigma Black Stage. If you have not seen this series, please go and watch it. I don't think a lot of people have watched this, and the production value on this alone, I think, makes me want to tell people to go and watch this show. Now, it might not be everybody's cup of tea because it's a little bit horror, a little bit mystery, but I don't like horror shows, especially Asian horror shows. And I somehow enjoyed this one. Usually, when I say I don't like horror stuff, I will tolerate a lot of stuff like zombies and things, but I absolutely do not like ghosts or possession. And somehow I really like this, even though I know for a fact Thailand can do some scary stuff when it comes to horror. Now, season 1 is just Enigma. This is season 2. It's Enigma Black Stage. It's on Netflix. It's 5 episodes or something. The male lead is a shaman of sorts, and he goes about both seasons investigating supernatural mysteries and meets other people. Season 1 takes place in a high school. This season 2 takes place on a movie set. Different cast, both seasons, except for the male lead, and I would love a season 3 of this too. It does have potential for a season 3 when it comes to the story of what you see at the end of season 1 or even season 2. I will say I do like season 1 a little more due to the acting and the chemistry with the cast, but season 2 is not bad whatsoever either. And I will say I found season 1 a lot scarier than season 2. Like season 2 is still spooky, but season 1 definitely is scarier in my opinion. Chemistry between the leads, great among both seasons. I just can't recommend this enough. And if you're looking for something a little different, a little scary, a little unique when it comes to Thai folklore and things like that, you should definitely check this one out. Staying in Thailand, I'm going to recommend the BL drama Reset. I also did not see a ton of people watching this, and maybe I'm just not following the people that are watching these dramas. I loved this Thai drama, and I wish more people would check it out. It's on iQIYI. It's not perfect, but I still loved it. And maybe I loved it because it has a trope I love usually, which is time travel. Any drama with time travel, I'm immediately there. I immediately will click play. This is nothing to do with the Reset Chinese drama, which is very popular and also about time travel. Nothing to do with that. And it's not even like a remake or anything, so don't go in thinking it is. If you have not seen that Chinese drama, I would also recommend that Chinese drama, but also would recommend this Thai drama as well. It's about Armin, who is one of the male leads. He is a actor and he dies at the beginning of the drama after being betrayed. And that causes him to travel back in time and relive, I don't know, the last 10 years of his life, the last 20 years of his life, something like that. He goes back in time before he was a famous actor and gets to redo or reset his life. Along the way, he meets Tada, which is this mysterious figure who he has never met in his first life, but apparently knows a lot about him and has somehow been present in his life, even though he has no idea who this guy is. The entire story is Armin reliving and trying to redo some of the things he did not like from his first life, but also trying to figure out who Tada is and their relationship. I loved it. I loved it so much. I do have a review of this drama up on the YouTube channel, so if you want my full review of it, I would highly recommend you go and watch that. As I said, I don't think a lot of people watch this drama, and I would say one of the highlights of this drama for me was the main couple, Tada and Armin. Their chemistry was beautiful. I loved their story. I loved how the time travel aspect came into play when it came to their relationship and story. You cheer for their relationship, you cheer for their happy ending. I also love the support characters, the secretary and the manager of Armin. Great characters. Love that they supported their relationship. I will say, I wish there was a second couple. There wasn't really a confirmed second couple, and I wish there was. It would have been fun to have another couple to follow and support in this drama. Armin is out for revenge, and Tada too, in some aspects. They're both kind of out for revenge for different reasons. I wish the revenge hit harder. It was still satisfying at the end, but I wish it hit harder and it had more of an impact, at least from an audience viewpoint. I also had a couple of unanswered questions at the end due to the time travel part of this story, especially involving Tada's character. But it wasn't so confusing with the time travel that it took me out of the story or anything. I just had some unanswered questions. And I would totally recommend this drama anyway for people to check out, especially because the main couple is just so great. And I hope these actors do another drama together. I would love to see them together again in a drama. Two more dramas I'm going to talk about, and I'm sure they're not going to be surprising to anybody because I talked about them all year in 2025. The first one I'm going to talk about is Prisoner of Beauty. This is a 2025 Chinese drama. It stars Song Zuar and Lu Yuning. I mean, what can you say about this drama? Everybody loved it. It should not be surprising that I'm recommending this from 2025. I can see why now a lot of people love this drama because I was late. I did not watch this as it aired. I watched it after the fact. Loved the lead couple, loved how they complimented each other, and I liked their banter. I loved how it wasn't the typical damsel in distress and the male lead going to save her, which we did have scenes of that, but Song Zoo-ar in this role was a strategist and was smart and could hold her own, and Lu Yuning was the general powerhouse that he was. So them as a couple just became this powerhouse of a couple. And I loved that relationship. I loved that growth and the progression of the relationship from beginning to end. And I also loved how they started to support each other, whether vocally or silently, and how they started to open up together privately to each other as well. And they could support each other even privately within their own families or with their own trauma or struggles. I love the Way Brother group. I love the bromance. I loved how they supported the male lead. Ending seemed a bit rushed for me, I will say. To me, it was really easy to get rid of the villains at the end, which I wish was better. But overall, brilliant drama. Loved The Prisoner of Beauty. And I can totally see why a lot of people loved it too in 2025. Last but certainly not least, we have Marry My Husband Japan. This should also not be a surprise to anybody why this is on my list. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, non-Korean drama I watched in 2025 other than The Prisoner of Beauty. Those are pretty much tied. It stars Sato Takeru and Koshiba Fuka along with other people. I was a fan of the Korean version, Marry My Husband, but this one by far is my favorite compared to the Korean version. And I could go into a whole video within itself on why I like this better than the Korean version. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same as me or maybe something different. But that's just my opinion. I liked the Japanese version more than the Korean version. I did a full review of this Japanese drama on the YouTube channel as well. So if you want a more detailed review of this, please go and find that video. I'll have it in the description. But why do I love this drama? It was darker than the Korean version. Not to go into too much why I did not like the Korean drama version, but this eliminated a lot of stuff I did not like from the Korean version altogether from it. So I, of course, like this version better. Drama had great chemistry with the leads. It had great acting, especially the villains. The villains really stood out to me. They had some comedy, which I thought was balanced well in this drama, but overall it did have a more serious tone than what you might have found in the Korean version. Love the OSTs. I still listen to the OSTs. And I liked also that even though this was a remake, it kind of took the story and made it its own anyway. Now, people have said it's not necessarily a remake because it was more based off of the manhwa than the Korean version was. I liked this version more. And I like the changes they made because it made it uniquely their own. I did have some minor few issues with this drama, but I could ignore those because this is a 10 out of 10 drama for me. I absolutely loved it. I loved watching this. I had a good time watching this. I binged it pretty much. And that should be a sign that I love this drama a lot. Those are 4 non-Korean dramas plus a variety show that I loved from 2025. Some of my honorable mentions, which I will just name here because they also are things I liked a lot and maybe not necessarily be a 25 drama, but I watched them in 2025. We have Our Dining Table, 10 out of 10 drama for me. Mysterious Lotus Casebook, which I watched in 2025. Love and Destiny, I watched in 2025. The original Scarlet Heart, the Chinese drama. And I rewatched Love Like the Galaxy in 2025, which I will always recommend that Chinese drama. So there's some honorable mentions due to them being older dramas and not 2025 dramas that I watched in 2025. So shout out to those as well. And that is my list of some non-Korean dramas in 2025 that I would recommend you watch and check out. So in the comments, let me know if you liked any on my list, what did you think of my list, and name some of your favorites that were not Korean dramas that you watched and loved in 2025.